the ribbon on one of the largest murals in the city. We're just so grateful to partner with LaGuardia Community College and also Councilmember Juan. This was her vision. This was President Adams' vision. So we're just so delighted to be here this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. No, it's a great thing to be a commissioner, but most important, all New Yorkers, they should be very proud of the 6,000 men and women at DOT. And when you sit in the street, ask questions about what do you do? When you take care of the pothole, how is that done? And how is DOT able to say 72 hours is the time where we take care of the pothole? And if we don't do it in 72 hours, because there's all the water issue on the ground. When you look someone from DOT, asking about what is your experience taking care of the bridges. When you ask citizens, how do you take care of the roadway? 44,000 intersections. So for me, as someone, as a council member, and she will come and say a few words, it's a great honor to be after being a teacher for 15 years, being a council member for 12 years. Well, Wilson is there, one of my former students. Now he has his own company back there. I didn't know he was here. So, but to be here, serving, leading the largest department of transportation that any city has, in our country, it's a great opportunity for someone. Think about the Italian, the Jewish, the Black, the Asian, the Latino family that 200 years ago or 100 years came here. Think about Mother Cabrini when she fought for the Italian to have the same opportunity as other people and see where the Italian is today, an important group in the city. Well, I came here to wash dishes at O. Henry Restaurant. My second job was doing sandwiches at 55 Water Street, from where, after putting myself through college, I'm leading the largest department of transportation with 6,000 men and women. So let's give DOT a big round of applause for the great job that they do. We can agree and disagree. Sometimes we cannot accomplish everything that I passed when I was a council member, but this is the city of New York. We work hard. No one has any other thing. When you see open street, no other city has what we have. When you see 89-mile protected bike lane, no other city has built those 89-mile protected bike lane. Do we want more? Yes. Are we working for more? Yes. But no other city has built 89, neither previous administration had built 89-mile protected bike lanes in the same 3 years and 10 months that we have, running our agency and with Mayor Adams. But today is a special day. Today is a day that we come to celebrate one of more than 90 plazas that we have. When we started small with the first one, we never thought that plaza will be a so critical piece of our life. When we build plaza, communities are together. Communities are strong. In plaza, there's no color of the skin. In a plaza, there's not a socioeconomic or ethnic background. People come together. And that's why DOT Plaza team, great job. Kyle also should be with us too here. He worked with Emily and the whole team. They're the one who also do the great job. So we are here for two reasons. And then I will call the council member and then the president for them to follow all the program. We come here because New York City always need leaders. Leaders that never gave up. I never gave up when I was a council member. And I can tell you that I have not built a number of plaza in my community. I have never gave up when I was a council member for 2 years of bringing more than $500 million with the rezoning that I did in the previous administration. I have never gave up when I was a co-founder of the first school for newcoming students, in New York City, Gregorio Luperón High School there. So I had never gave up to be the voice of immigrants and workers and be sure that we had a plan for working class to live with dignity and respect, but with a plan for those brothers and sisters of the working class community to move to be the middle class. So isn't this beautiful, right? The plaza here. Don't you feel the energy, right? We building a new chapter in the city together. Plaza, investment of our tax dollars in public space used to be mainly centered in downtown Manhattan, then Long Island City, and downtown Brooklyn. Well, there's voices who say equity has to be more than words. Equity must be action. Our student here in LaGuardia, they will be the next commissioner. They will be the next president. They will be the next council member. They will be the next CEO. They will be the reporters of the future. So we are investing in the future of this great city. Again, today we are starting our announcement for a trick or treat. Yes, I had two daughters. Now they're big, 18 and 12. They don't invite me anymore for the party because they have their own, teenagers and we're going out. But we know that we have children. And we know that in the past, trick or treat used to be so important, but many families who live in poor community especially, they have fear. Fear that there must be violence in the street. Fear that their children were not safe. And that's why Emily and Kyle and the whole thing at DOT, they say, let's do a trick or treat where we provide a space for those children to be safe when they go that particular day. Well, welcome to a 137 location of trick or treat in open street that New York City DOT will be doing it together with partnership. So that's what we're announcing today, the kickoff of trick or treat. Second, Times Square used to be a storage for car. And Shakira held a concert with 44,000 people 2 years ago, right? So my daughter, the new generation, the tourists, the 65 million that they went to Times Square last year, they never thought that they were car in that particular location. Well, now it's not a story for car anymore. Now it's a destination for people, for visitors to walk there. That's what we're doing here. In this particular open street, which is the result of the community with the leadership with the council member, with the leadership with President Adams, with the student president, the student governments here, the community board supporting, this is going to be now a great place for performance, for art, for education, for the teacher to be able to take the student and do learning in the open space, for children who go to public school around this area to also come here with the teachers. So with that, two biggest announcements is we are kicking off our trick or treat in 137 locations, the largest number of trick or treat locations that we have ever done in the last 4 years. Second, we are opening this great plaza, which is more than 90 plazas that we have built. It's not Times Square anymore, the only one. It's now more than 90 plazas that we have built. And then before calling, the council member, just think about it, as I said before. When we build open street, when we build plaza, community are strongest. And plaza and public space bring people together at a time where, unfortunately, the city, the nation, and the state sometimes see so many divisions. So we are doing our part to be sure that we create destination for people to come together, one love, one community in our open space in a plaza. With that, Councilmember One.
Good morning. Thank you so much to Commissioner Ydanis Rodriguez, as well as Queens Commissioner Nicole Garcia. We are so thankful to be standing here with you today. As you heard from the Commissioner of how we all started out, of how he started out in this country as an immigrant, I too, as an immigrant, I would not be standing here in front of you today if it weren't for our public education system, for our public libraries, as well as community colleges. For a lot of immigrant and working class families, if we can't afford a private education in our private universities, I did all of my prerequisites at a community college to make sure that my parents and I could afford the education that they wanted for me in the future so that I could transfer. So I want to give a great big shout out to President Adams of LaGuardia Community College. And there are so many thank yous that I am owed, that are due, but I want to make sure that we give a shout out to all the professors who have been involved in this. Of course, the administration as well, the entire team of LaGuardia Community College, but the three professors that I have to give a shout out to. Before I even took office, before I was even on the community board, when I was just a civilian in Long Island City, sitting at my apartment with my former roommate, Helen Ho, Joby Jacobs, who's a professor here who's currently teaching. Joby shared his vision. There are currently not only LaGuardia Community College students here, but also Bard High School. We also have another middle school and another high school just down the block. All of these students deserve to have a full campus life and a vibrant community and a physical space that allows them to build community right here on the grounds. And at the time, this was only a busy road next to many busy roads in an industrial area with nowhere to eat. Thank God for the street vendors out here who give us the delicious food, but nowhere to sit, even if you got a dish, nowhere to hang out with your friends other than inside when it's beautiful out. And Joby and his friends and the students had a vision for where we're standing here today. And today, I believe it's been about over 10 years since the vision has started. It is now in fruition. There's also other professors, Professor Ariana Fernandez, Professor Dalia Alcide, I'm sorry if I didn't say that right, as well as the artist, Fernanda Contreras, a fine arts student at LaGuardia Community College. He's won the first place of Community Greenway Mural Contest Design. And we also want to thank the students from SYEP, along with the LaGuardia Community College faculty, staff, and community of volunteers. And of course, the glue that keeps my office and LaGuardia Community College together is Claudia Chan, my fellow mom, super mom. But all of this aside, this is more than just a place to hang out. This is a place where you can safely hang out and not have to worry that a car is going to whiz by and hit you, that you know that you could put your bike away and it's not going to get crushed by a vehicle, that it's not going to get stolen, that we know that this is going to a place that is just the catalyst for the beginning of building out a whole entire campus experience for LaGuardia Community College. Because this was our first vision, but this is not the end. We also have a vision right behind you where that cement, where you see the line of cement trucks, they're actually squatting on MTA land. That is publicly owned land that they're illegally squatting on, and we want them gone because behind those cement trucks, if you can imagine it, is water. Newtown Creek is right there, and we know on the Brooklyn side, there has been investment to have waterfront access, which we are owed as the public. And that is our next fight that we are fighting with the Newtown Creek Alliance, and we have a huge champion with us, Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez, who's probably in Washington, D.C., trying to figure out this whole government shutdown business. But we are so grateful for her, and we know that we also have a partner who's here with us from the state, Claire Valdez, our assembly member, who is going to stand by us as we look to dismantle whatever is going on over there, because we're done with that business. We want our students to not only have access to the new farm that has started right behind us and the waterfront, and also, honestly, this is just a shout out right now. I want this whole parking lot to maybe be more than a parking lot, to have student housing, and if the faculty needs parking, that could be underground or something. But we need to really reimagine for the future of the very students that go to this building, because they really are the future commissioners, the future mayors, the future council members, your future doctors, nurses, every industry, future artists, future dancers, and we know that we have to support them. So you will always have my full support at LaGuardia Community College. We're so grateful for DOT. They took endless meetings with us in person and online to make sure that this got done on time, and we are so grateful for your partnership, and so much more to come with universal daylighting that will happen, and so much more. So let's keep on fighting. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. Of course, the start today is the President, but before that, let's also call Assemblymember Valdez to come and say a few words, because also the President and the city, the agency, everyone need partners in the city, the state, and as the Council members at the federal level. So, Assemblymember, come.
Hi. Good morning. My name is Claire Valdez. I'm the Assembly member representing this district, and it's such an honor to be here with so many partners in the city government, local government, and it really will require all of us coming together to achieve the things that Councilmember Wan so beautifully laid out in her remarks. This is a huge accomplishment to retake public space and make it not only public and safe, but also beautiful. Before I was an assembly person in another life, I was an artist. I was a painter. Yes, shout out to all the artists out there. And I recognize how essential public education is in building up young artists' careers, young artists' confidence in themselves, and giving them a space to really express themselves and put themselves out there. I want to really thank Fernanda Contreras for her work, especially. Congratulations. It's a real amazing thing to see your vision come to life, and it is so, so beautiful, so congratulations. Thanks also to all the professors, all the administrators, to obviously President Adams and his team for helping put this together. Public space belongs to everyone, and everyone deserves access to beauty and to arts, and this space is exactly that. This mural exemplifies that. The performances and the work that will happen here as well exemplifies that. And just look around at how many people are gathered here to celebrate this. How many people are able to stand and gather safely because this street is now closed, it is now open to the public, and it is a beautiful thing that we need to expand far beyond Long Island City and to so many other places. This is an amazing start, so I really just want to say congratulations to everyone, and looking forward to expanding this work far beyond. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Claire. Thank you, Assembly Member. And another interesting fact of accomplishment in the city is that we also have built 1.5 million square feet pedestrian space under this administration. So no previous one have built that number. So it's a great accomplishment too. And more to come. 1 minute en español. Voy ahora a presentar al presidente Arens. Pero para mí es un honor venir aquí hoy a anunciar que hoy en octubre se comienzan el Circuit Street, en los más grandes que se han hecho, 137 lugares. Hoy venimos también donde la familia van a poder ir con los niños a esos lugares durante el mes de octubre. También estamos preparando para celebrar el Día de los Muertos más grande que se hace fuera de México, que también se hará en Times Square. Y también el día de hoy venimos a dejar inaugurada esta plaza, que es una de cerca de 90 que ya se han construido. Nunca ese número se había logrado en esta ciudad. Y también hemos construido 1.5 millones de pies cuadrados de espacio peatón. Cuando tenemos espacios como estos, plazas, las comunidades son más fuertes, porque las comunidades vienen todas y las pueden usar para arte, para educación, para salud. Así es que vamos todos a seguir utilizando plazas como esta a nivel de los 5 condados para la familia de todos los backgrounds económicos, racial, que puedan venir a unirse todas, a seguir haciendo Nueva York un ejemplo de que aquí sí vivimos en comunidad, sí celebramos un amor, sí todos somos una familia. Con eso lo dejo con el presidente Arens, que también habla español.
Put your hands together for New York DOT Commissioner Ydanis Rodriguez. Thank you, Ydanis, for being here today. Thank you so much. Okay, I got to tell a quick story, couple thank yous, and I get out of the way. But as I tee up the quick story, I would really love for Ariana Fernandez and Professor Dalia Alzayed to come because we keep, and Fernanda, you too, step up. And this is Fernanda Contreras. You're standing on her art right now. This is you're standing on her design. Watch your feet where you stand. Don't scuff this up. Would you do the 180 so they can see the back of your shirt? Oh, yeah. She designs her own clothes, too. You notice? Professor Ariana Fernandez, Professor Dalia Alzayed, you heard from the commissioner that they basically took Fernanda's design back in June, turned this entire block into hundreds of grids, 2 feet square, so they could enlarge her design for a full and very lengthy. This is a long city street. And many others, both faculty, staff, and students who've been recognized, worked on this. And it was really hot. Do you remember this summer? It wasn't like today. It was hot out. And those SYAP kids, they drink a lot of water. Oh, man, they were... It was, yes, it was a lot of fun. We had to get started really early in the morning. There's a member of the faculty here I want to give a shout out to. This goes back to the origins of this project. We thanked Joby Jacobs, but Professor Sarah Durand is with us this morning. And Sarah, if you don't, Sarah is a leader in our environmental sciences program, and she's the leader and my go-to on anything having to do with Dutch Kills and Newtown Creek and the Newtown Creek Alliance. Amazing work she's done over the years with our faculty. And if there's an advocate in LaGuardia for the vision that Councilmember Wam described, which is like imagine no cement trucks over there and get rid of that storage thing and a site light right down to the water and a bank for our kayaks to get in and access for the students to get in the water, it's because of Sarah Durand. And it's going to happen just like this happened. Okay, so here's the quick story. This really was, and Joby and Sarah and others were part of it, designed by students in a group called President Society Environment, something like 5 years ago. And so when we had a chance to invite the commissioner to LaGuardia, it was like a cold winter day. I think it was January 2024, right, Nayeli? And the commissioner was great. He says, Ken, I want to meet with the students. So we have a conference room in the C building, and the commissioner met with the students, and they laid out their vision. They had a PowerPoint. It was really well done for this entire project. And then Anastasia, who's over here taking pictures in our communications department, says, well, let's go take a picture with the commissioner. You remember this? The commissioner and the students. Okay, it's really cold out. It's a cloudy, windy, miserable day. This street is, at that point, full of cars on both sides of the street and one through lane of traffic. So we had just convinced the commissioner that the street was not really needed for vehicular circulation any longer. And I tried to say, Commissioner, you know what? No one ever uses this street. And to prove the point, you're going to stand with your back facing the direction of the traffic, and all the students, and Anastasia's going to do a big team photo. So I was making this bet that no car would come down and run you over to make the point that we could reclaim the street. We line up, we get to take the photo. Anastasia's like, her hands are shivering. And I'm like looking how they're setting it all up, and a car makes the turn right there on 47th Avenue and starts slowly coming up the street. And his back is to the... I'm like, take the picture, Anastasia, like she's doing now. Take the picture. Let's get out of here. I never told them what happened, but thank you. Gracias, mi amigo. Me aguanto. So we got the picture, and we went. Nayeli and I went to his office a week later. He says, what do you need? We said, we need a letter, something official from your office designating this street as an open street and a public plaza. With that letter, Nicole Garcia and her team in the Queen's Office of DOT just took over. And what you're looking at today, listen, in June, this entire block was milled and repaved. Thank you. Because we couldn't do the painting of Fernanda's illustration on the old roadway surface. So you'll notice it's about 4 inches of curb reveal, 5 inches. It's perfect. Beautiful asphalt paving job done this summer. So it was a blank slate for the team. And then Janovic and Manny ran over to Janovic Plaza. Thank you, Janovic, for a lot of the paint. This took a lot of paint. But then DOT stepped up with the furniture, the bike rack last week. Thank you, Nicole, for the bike rack. Already in use. The only other bike rack we have is on Van Dam. It's a different type of situation. This is so much better. And so again, our big, warmest thanks to Nicole and the team at Queens DOT, who did all the rest of this to make it happen, including most recently planters and boulders to actually permanently block access to the street, with the exception of the plastic gates for emergency vehicles that need to get through. So someone said it before, but it's just a huge partnership between the community board, with the advocacy, the constant, never-ending advocacy of Councilmember Julie Wan, who, whenever we thought we were hitting a little bit of maybe a roadblock, there she goes and pushes this thing through. So thanks to Julie, thanks to the commissioner, thanks to Nicole and the team here, and thanks especially to Fernanda and our LaGuardia faculty staff who did all the work. It's really, really great. So thank you all so much. I'm going to bring back the commission. We have a couple more people to introduce, and then we'll cut a ribbon.
Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
I love, what do you call it? Street?
Trick or Street.
Yeah, everybody get that? Trick or Streets? It's pretty clever. You want a job out, Trick or Street.
Trick or Street, right? And thank you to the bike unit who are also here. And, again, now we are here also from the artist, Fernanda, but this is 17,000 square feet of art that you are standing here. And stay tuned. There's another one in the next few days that also going to be doing another ribbon cutting or another art activation in the roadway, as we have seen more than 40,000 square feet of art in our roadway, also in downtown Brooklyn. So this is only a beginning of what Councilmember once say. We cannot stop here. We have to keep aiming for more. So now let's hear from the artist to come and say a few words on her inspiration on the great work that she did.
Hello everyone, my name is Fernanda Contreras. I'm a fine arts student here at LaGuardia Community College, and I'm so excited to present to you my design, Keep It Moving. I especially want to thank Professor Fernandez and Professor Elsiet. I don't know where they are. Okay. And the SYEP kids who helped and came here every day to make sure that this came out the way that it did. When I was creating this design, I kept questioning myself, like, what I could use to represent our city. And in that moment, I was running late to class. Sorry, Professor. And that's when I thought, we always have somewhere to be. And if you're like me, you're always in a rush. So that's when I took the walking symbol and I kind of played with the design. After that, sorry, I haven't taken my public speaking class yet. So, as an artist who grew up in Queens, this design is super special to me because these streets saw me grow up. So, to have this here as a little part of me whenever I leave town or whenever I'm not here is really, really special to me. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for taking the time of your day to enjoy this with me and for voting. Thank you.
Thank you. It makes a big difference when you have the artists on board, and also when you have community board. And this community board 12 also too, make a big difference. So Anatol Ashar, chairman of community board 2, come and say a few words.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. So first off, I was a student here back in 2007 and 2008. Shout out to Richard Lieberman from the history department, and we all miss him, Louis Luca from the communications department. And I'm the first Bangladeshi community board chair in New York City history. So there's a couple of Bengalis in this school, right? Couple, one or two. There's good biryani, right? I'm really glad this is here. I could have really used this. Where was this when I was here? Thank you to Commissioner Rodriguez, thank you to Councilmember Julie Wan, Assemblyman Claire Valdez, LaGuardia, DOT, everybody who made this happen. It's an incredible full circle moment to me to be here and to honor this this Plaza CB2. We are a big fan of public streets, safe streets, public spaces, public spaces for the public. And there's a lot of CB2 members here too. So thank you all for, being my partners in advocacy and making sure that, our public streets can serve our students, our families. I'm going to be here with my daughter. She'll probably learn how to ride her bike. I was actually scared to ride my bike down here. I don't want to ruin this art. This is beautiful. So thank you, everyone. It's a really great moment to be here. And with this community, we continue to build together. So congratulations to everyone who made this possible. Thank you so much.
Well, we had 2 more great members of this community to come and say a few words. Without them, also this would not be possible. Fernando Contreras, Sebastian Monsalve of High Public Space.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sebastian Monsalve, and I am the Operations Special Event Manager at High Public Space. We're an urban design and placekeeping studio based here in Long Island City, and we're very honored to be one of this year's Trick or Street signature partners. For this year's event, our team has curated a celebration that invites people of all ages and abilities to join us for a Halloween and fall harvest gathering, a moment to welcome the new season and come together as one community. We create a free and spooky experience where visitors can enjoy a kid-friendly spooky maze, balloon sculptures, games, and a mass decorating station. Music from a local DJ, and free pumpkins that were generously provided by our friends at the Hort. I personally like to invite not only the Woodside Queens community, but everyone here to share a cup of local apple cider, make art, enjoy healthy treats, and plenty of spooky good fun. Thank you, everyone, and we're so excited to bring color and joy to New York City streets. Thank you.
You know, those of us that believe in public space, we had to do a lot of educational work because sometimes people don't see the benefit, the value of open street for art, for education, for hope. But another aspect that which is important is to have partners who represent the economic development. In one of the first public space, we did a study together with the Bloomberg Foundation in Chinatown. And we found out also that public space in that particular open street showed that public space also increased the economic development in those communities. So now let's hear also from Tiara Robertson, Director of Economic Development, Bridge Street Development Corporation, that also being a great partner. Again, public space also is good for economic development of community too.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tiara Robertson. I'm the Director of Economic Development at Bridge Street Development Corporation. We're located in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. I would like to thank Commissioner Rodriguez for continuing the Open Streets Initiative and allowing for new corridors like Franklin Avenue to have the opportunity to bring robust programming and visibility to the neighborhood. Thank you to the Public Realm team for being the amazing support that we needed. Thank you, Kyle, Burkina. Thank y'all so much. It's been amazing for the Franklin Avenue Merchants Association. They were really steadfast in their wants to make this a reality. While Bridge Street isn't new to Open Streets, we had another Open Streets program previously. This program on Franklin Avenue has been a really big success for the neighborhood as well as for the community. We're especially proud to have been selected to host a signature Trick or Streets event in partnership with Street Lab. Leslie, hi. Street Lab has been an amazing partner throughout this season, but for us to end the season with Street Lab being the partner, we couldn't have asked for anyone better. We chose October 25th to be our last event day to coincide with the Dean Street Halloween Parade, which is a notable event for Crown Heights. We wanted the day to end on a high note, to be about the kids and community, and we got the incredible opportunity to have Street Lab make this vision possible. I just want to thank everyone who has participated and come out, and thank you for everyone who made this possible. If you're free on October 25th, come see us on Franklin Avenue. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner, I got one last thing I got to remind people. You know, that's Garrett, the president of the LaGuardia Community College Student Government Association, standing behind me, who handed me this and wanted me to remind all of you that we have these beautiful bags featuring Fernanda's design on a table over here on the right, on my right. And we also have stickers. And please, this is the free stuff you get for showing up. Bobby's got a bag. Show everybody the bag, Bobby. All right. So pick up your bags, pick up your stickers. Just want to remind you all to do that. Back to you, Commissioner.
I think I want to say thank you to Dan representing Nidia Velasquez, who is here. A big applause for her and this team. Laura, who is back there, who represents also the president, Donovan Richards. So thank you for being here. Are we ready for the ribbon cutting? Am I ready? Come on, let's do it. Let's get it done. I think stay here. I think we stay moving. Well, to the front.